Hello, all you Mogollon Monster runners. I'm Aaron Barber. I'm going to be helping out with the race. Noah Doherty, your race director, is actually on course right now trying to figure some stuff out. The reason for this video is we just had an update from the National Forest that a section of our course is near a controlled burn, so we are not going to have access to it. So we do have some course changes and a little bit of a race update right now. The reason being there is a very small fire north of Geronimo, between Geronimo and Turkey Springs on the rim. They're using this opportunity to do a controlled burn, so they will not be trying to extinguish it. Therefore, that section of the National Forest is closed. So the farthest west we can go for the race is going to be Washington Park. So we do have a new course. There's still a fair bit up in the air logistics wise. We will make sure we get people shuttled to the start as normal and also back to the shuttle pickup, which we are planning to be in Pine. Those details will be included in an email or the runner guide either today or tomorrow, but before the race. But I just wanted to take this opportunity to go through the new course so y'all know what to expect race morning. We will start with the 100 mile and then we'll go to the 42K after that. So this is your course picture. You can see it is significantly different. We're still going to be, the first 55 miles are exactly the same. After that, we're going to be going different, and we'll go through section by section right now. I still think this is a great route. You still definitely get to experience all that the Mogollon Rim has to offer. And it should be great weather, lots of pine trees. You're kind of trading in some sections with a lot of manzanita below the rim for more sections on top of the rim in the pines. But let's just start from start to finish, and I'll take you through section by section. So we are going to be starting still at the 260 trailhead, where it says start right there. You start with a climb up the rim. This is the military sinkhole climb. It's not the most challenging climb, and you have fresh legs. Just don't burn yourself out. You'll then spend some time on top of the rim on the General Crook Trail before descending Drew Canyon right around here. Shooting down Drew Canyon, you'll turn onto Highline and make a stop at Sea Canyon Aid Station. It's a short out and back to the aid station, and that's roughly 11 miles into your race. From Sea Canyon, you start climbing. You go up the rim. It's 3 miles and 1,800 feet until you get to Rim Road 300. This section of Rim Road is actually paved right now for about a quarter mile where you'll be running on it. Then you'll turn onto Promontory Butte Road. This will all be marked for you. And you have 3 miles of Forest Road until you get to Promontory Point. There will not be an aid station here for the 100 milers. This is 42K only. So you'll just jump right off the rim. This is your steepest and probably most technical descent of the race. There has been a lot of trail work on Promontory, so if you're used to it from previous years, it's in really good shape right now. So we're going to descend Promontory. A little bit different for this year. After descending Promontory and we hit Highline Trail, we'll take a right-hand turn and shoot over to Horton Springs. Before we used to go all the way down Derrick Trail to Horton Trailhead. We're going to cut that section out. It's a beautiful section of Highline. It might be my favorite section of Highline of the whole trail. Hitting Horton Springs, that is a water stop, but it's natural. So it comes right out of the hillside. It is drinkable water. I've never had an issue drinking straight from it, but you're welcome to filter. There's not an aid station or anything there. After Horton Springs, it is about 1 mile and 1,200 feet. Go right back up the rim, and there's an actual aid station on top of the rim. And then you're on the rim road for a little bit. This red outline is a crew zone. So crew are allowed to give you aid and whatnot on this whole section while you're on the rim road between the Horton aid station and your turn off to the Babe Hot Trail. Turning off Babe Hot, you'll run through the woods for a mile or a mile and a half, and then you'll descend down the rim to the fish hatchery. Fish hatchery is going to be your first drop bag location, and you're going to take Highline west. You'll see the arrows have two-way traffic. That you'll probably won't be running into other runners. You definitely won't be, because this is more like mile 95 and mile 30. But you'll take Highline west. Again, this is the same exact course that we planned on originally. Highline west until you go up Myrtle. So you'll take, this is going to be your critical junction right here because there is going to be runners, there will be course marking. On your way back, you'll be coming from the east on Highline. This, you're going to get off Highline and head up the rim. So we'll have that clearly marked for you, but going to get off Highline and climb Myrtle, the infamous Myrtle climb. This just can be really exposed if you hit it during the day, which most people will. So hope for clouds and rain maybe. At the top of the rim, there's the Myrtle aid station. Then you're going to take the rim road to Forest Road 321 and take that all the way to Buck Springs. Buck Springs is another opportunity for crew. That's the red outline right there. So you have an aid station and a crew zone. After Buck Springs, you'll begin the actual cabin loop to Pinchot Cabin. You're going to end up hitting Pinchot Cabin twice. So first time through, you're going to go down the Fred Hot Trail. And again, this is exactly the same as the course used to run. So we're going to follow ahead Fred Hot, about 8 miles to General Springs. General Springs is where you're going to have another crew zone. This is right on top of the rim. And then you're going to descend the power line to Washington Park. This is where things get different now. After hitting Washington Park, the first time, you'll hit that again, you're going to turn right around and go back up the rim. Yeah, it's kind of cruel. But hit the aid station, go back up the rim. Now it's important when you get to the top of the rim to take a right-hand turn. So I'll be marked for you, but we're going to take the rim road to a really cool trail called Houston Brothers, and we'll have an aid station shortly after you turn onto the trail. There's an aid station. And zooming out a little bit, we're going to take Houston Brothers right back to Pinchot Cabin. So Pinchot Cabin, we're going to hit that a second time, and then take that same Fred Hot Trail back down to the General Springs Crew Zone, and again down the power line to Washington Park. So now we've hit Washington Park our second time. We don't have to go back up the rim. Leaving Washington Park, we are going to take a right-hand turn onto Highline Trail. And we're going to follow Highline, headed generally east, all the way back to the fish hatchery. It is 18 miles roughly of Highline in a row. It goes from mile 78 to 97, roughly there. We will have another aid station in the middle there for you, called Hell's Gate. It will be, it'll about split the difference. I think it's 8 or 9 miles from Washington Park to Hell's Gate, and then another 8 or 9 to Fish Hatchery. Leaving Hell's Gate, stay on Highline. They've done a lot of work on this section, so it's not as rocky as it used to be if you've run the race in the years past. So a little bit smoother now. We're going to get back to that Myrtle turn. Make sure you stay on Highline and head to the fish hatchery. It'll be clearly marked for you. But the last thing we want you to do, and probably the last thing that you'll want to do, is climb Myrtle again. So don't turn on Myrtle again. Highline all the way back to the fish hatchery. You're going to hit the fish hatchery a second time. And now, instead of climbing the rim, we're going to take the road all the way down. Our finish line is going to be at the campground right near Horton Trailhead. So zooming out again, this is what your course is going to look like. We're going to have drop bags. Like I said, fish hatchery is going to be your first option. Washington Park would be your other drop bag. You hit that twice at mile 58 and 78. And we will pull your drop bags before you get to the fish hatchery a second time. So don't plan on your drop bags being back at the fish hatchery when you get there at mile 97. Overall, for the course, we're looking at 101 miles with just under 16,000 feet of climbing. And this is kind of what your profile looks like. We will make sure you have all these documents and information available when we send out an email or the runner guide. I just want to use this video as a chance to talk through the course and the course flow. And if you have any specific questions, hopefully that's all covered in the runner guide. Again, this is more just a course preview video. Let's switch from the 100-mile to the 42K. So you don't have crew zones there. And we can just ignore those. So 42K, we are going to start where the 100-mile starts. So this is significantly different for your course. I have a brand new course for you guys. It's going to be about the same amount of challenge. It's a really fun course, and now it is point to point. So we're going to start at the 260 trailhead, just like the 100-milers did. Going to do that first military sinkhole climb. Then you're going to stay on a little sidewalk up here, work your way through a campground to General Crook Trail, descend Drew Canyon. This is a really runnable descent. Take the Highline Trail to Sea Canyon Aid Station. Sea Canyon requires a little short out and back, maybe about 200 yards or so. After Sea Canyon Aid, you're going to climb up the actual Sea Canyon. 3 miles, 1,800 feet. It just keeps getting steeper the farther you go. You're going to hit the Rim Road 300. And then you're going to get onto Promontory Point Road. That Sea Canyon Aid Station is roughly mile 11. Then we're going to have a Promontory Aid Station for you at right before you descend the rim. This is going to be your most technical descent. It kind of looks like you're just jumping off a cliff, but the trail is in really good shape right now. It's not nearly as loose as it used to be in the past, but it is, especially the first part of the descent is incredibly steep going down, so be careful there. You're going to descend Promontory until you hit the Highline Trail, take a right. This will take you over to Horton Springs. The 42K won't go to the actual spring. You see, you're just like maybe 50 yards away. You'll cross a little wooden bridge going over the creek. If you do need more water there, I'd filter that water since it is a decent ways downstream from the springs. From there, you'll run on Horton Trail. This is beautiful. There's some water. It follows a creek. It's really runnable and net downhill. A lot of waterfalls that you'll be seeing, really scenic. And you'll pop out onto the 289 and finish at the campground with everyone else. So 42K, no drop bags, no crew zone. You'll have an aid station at Sea Canyon and then again at Promontory. I think that's mile 11. And then we're looking at, here's your profile, mile 18 or so. And here's what your route looks like. So yeah, right before mile 18 is your second aid. 2 big climbs, just like you used to have, 2 big descents, and some nice runnable stuff at the end for the 42K. That is all I got for your course preview today. We hope to see you up there. And again, any details with shuttling and all the other logistical stuff, we will answer in the email and put information on the website. I just wanted to talk through your new routes. I will see y'all up there, and good luck, and I'm stoked to run these new courses.